championship year before last, and they took second place last year.
All right.
That's a huge accomplishment for young men that don't even have their own ball field to play on. I just really request that you guys make special consideration when we're talking about funding for ball fields and recreational things for the children of our community to do. Not only does it benefit them, it's a win-win situation for the community as well. Like I said, we've got all these young men here, and there's several more that I just didn't want to flood the courthouse with this evening. I know that the amount that Bruce is going to ask for may seem like a lot. To me, I think it's a nominal investment in the future of our children, in the future of this community. That's all I have to say.
Thank you and you guys for coming in. Appreciate your concern, guys.
Thank you.
And
you for
congratulations on your progress, too.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Take care. Yeah, wait till I call your name before you come in. Okay, Mr. DeVito, do you want to do this during...
Yes, sir.
Now you want to do it during...
No, I appreciate
All right.
my 3 minutes.
Give him 2 minutes.
2.5 minutes. I'm James DeVito, 304 Spring Street. I've been a resident of Carroll County for 30 years. I've been a business owner in the community for 25 years. I've been a resident for 20 years. I've been gone for the last few weeks, and just trying to keep track of Eureka Springs in the news and on the blogs and on the websites. I have a little bit of concern that things might be getting off to a rocky start with y'all, and I just want to say that the decisions you make here affect us in the community in many ways. A lot of us, like myself, have everything we've ever worked for our entire lives invested in this community. So the decisions you make at this table can affect our ability to earn a livelihood. And in this economic condition, these are very dire straits that we find ourselves in, particularly in a town that resorts to tourism as its only support. So I encourage you all to be thoughtful and deliberative in your process and how you reach your conclusions. And having been an observer of politics in Eureka Springs, the only advice I could give you regarding that is that when you do the people's business, you do it at this table. And that makes all of us in the community feel so much better that we're aware of what's going on in the community. And as long as we come to the table with that spirit of understanding. And tomorrow night, President Obama is going to address the nation in the State of the Union. And regarding the shootings in Tucson, one of the main focuses nationwide has been a coming together of the disparate groups in America, be they Democrat or be they Republican. And we didn't get the front page of the Wall Street Journal with the headline, Eureka Springs, Arkansas, where you can see a 70-foot statue of Jesus or file a lawsuit. So we are notorious for the rancor that we bring to the public arena in this community. And in the spirit of what this nation is trying to accomplish, of consolation and reaching compromise and being considerate of one another, I feel that it's important. If we feel that our national politicians, we would like them to reflect that attitude, it has to start here. Because if we can't do it here, they can't do it there. So I appreciate what you all are doing for the community.
Thank you, sir. All right. Bobby, it looks like McCurry. Did I get the name right?
McCurry.
Okay, cool. Hi, Bobby.
Hi.
State your name for me.
I'm Bobby McCurry, and I have a daughter in 7th grade, and I have a son in the 4th grade. And we moved here last year, and my son plays baseball, and we really need this baseball field. On the team, the boys were really concerned about why we had to go everywhere. We couldn't have our own games. We can't have a tournament. We can't sponsor something. We're always the visitors. We're never the home team. By the time these boys get to high school, the only way they get to play baseball or something is if we move towns. We don't want to do that. We want to support locally, and I think you guys would be really surprised by all the locals that would support the baseball team coming out, and we really need this for our boys. It keeps them out of trouble. It keeps them off of drugs. It keeps them from vandalizing everything, and sports is a good thing for these kids. And I just hope you guys can see that and appreciate that for our young kids in this community.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much. All right. Judy Lockhart. Judy Lockhart. I guess I'm saying the name right. That's what it looks like. She signed it, so I'm assuming she's out there somewhere.
That's all right there.
Judy or Jody?
Judy.
Okay. All right. If she shows up, we'll put it back on. Ben Rada. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Good. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council people. We appreciate your service to our community and wish you luck in the coming year and all you guys have to do. Thank you also for allowing us to make public comments. I know you guys have a very busy agenda. I'm here to voice support for Mr. Levine's plan to enhance our recreational facilities. My name is Ben Rada, and I am a parent of a 5- and a 7-year-old that play soccer. We moved here 2 years ago, and one of our decisions, we actually, when we first came to town, weren't sure that we were going to stay here. We thought we might actually move to Fayetteville. And our primary concern was whether or not this would be a good place for us to raise our children. And as I thought about that, I thought rather than just criticize, maybe I should be part of the solution. So my wife and I became involved. And so I also serve as president of the Eureka Springs Soccer Club. Eureka Springs Soccer Club, as James said, we have a ton of kids that play. Matter of fact, on the high school level, we have 25 boys on our high school team. That represents about 20% of the male population at Eureka Springs High School. I know that we're an arts community, and I support that and encourage that, but our kids need these athletic opportunities to be able to run and play and be involved in athletics. So my encouragement would be to you guys that you consider that. I know that oftentimes when we consider how our money is going to be allocated, it goes to tourism. But one of the things that we also need to think about is how do we enrich the experience for our citizens here. So I would encourage you guys to consider the possibility of making an investment in our kids and also into our families, because our families love being out there and watching our kids as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, man. All right. I'll go with the first name, Gabe. It looks like McKern. Gabe McKern. McCrew. Yeah, I can't read the last name. So first name is Gabe. There's probably not too many of them out there. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. How do you say your last name?
McCurry.
Okay. all right.
Bobby's my wife.
Okay.
So, I had the privilege and honor of coaching most of these boys last summer in baseball. I don't know how many of you guys grew up in youth sports, but that was a big, major part of our life. Kept me out of trouble. Helped get me into school. And I don't know if you know how much colleges look at things like that on resumes, but we have to make a choice for this town. Like James said, we depend on tourism, but we better start thinking about another alley of what we're going to depend on, and that's these guys in the future, and the girls playing soccer and the boys playing soccer. They're going to make a choice. Am I going to come back to this town and raise our kids and put our knowledge and our ability back into the community I was raised in, or am I going to go somewhere else? And if we don't give them a reason to appreciate what they've got here, they won't come back here when they get older. We need that. They need that. It's the only way we're going to grow.
Thank you again.
I think you're next.
You guys look familiar. All right, who's Carter?
That's him.
You're next up, bud.
Yep.
You need to get it fixed. Here, just put her down here. There you go, bud.
I've played soccer and baseball at
Say
Lake.
your last name for us, bud.
Drennan, Carter Drennan. I've played soccer and baseball at Lake Leatherwood Field since I was 3 years old, and they have always been in terrible shape. The infield is full of huge clumps of weeds and rocks that we always trip over. It's not fair that our parents have to drive us to Berryville and Green Forest to play baseball when we have a field here in Eureka Springs that just needs some work. Please give us kids in Eureka Springs a place we can play baseball and be proud of.
Thank you, Carter. You're a good boy. All right. Next is going to be Elliot and William. It looks like you guys are the brothers, so you might as well come in together. There you go. You Elliot or William?
I'm Elliot.
Yeah.
I can get it
I'm going
done.
to raise that up just a little bit.
That's good.
Keep going. There you go.
All right.
State your name for us.
Elliot Peak. I'm currently a junior at Eureka Springs High School and part of the varsity baseball team. We don't have anywhere to play. We don't even have a home field. I know it's going to take a lot of work from me and my teammates and our coach. We're just asking for a little bit of support to help us get started since it's first year in like 4 years that varsity has had a baseball team. I just really appreciate you guys to consider the thought of helping us out. That's pretty all I have to say.
Okay, bud.
Thank you.
Why don't you send your brother in? Oh, your dad? Okay. Well, he looks like your brother. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir?
Good, very good mission.
My name's William Peak. I'm Elliot Peak's father, and I'm here to support the effort of the soccer team and the baseball team. I've been a teacher for 32 years. I'm also a Special Olympics coach, and the special needs children would like to use the facilities out there, as well as the baseball team. We're one of the few high schools that I've taught in all these years that don't have a good baseball field for our players. We've waited years after years. I've been at Eureka Springs High School for 5 years, and boys have always came up and asked me, Mr. Peak, when are we going to have a baseball team? And what a better way to work with young people and build character. I noticed your sign that says tell the truth. I think to tell the truth, the best investment that Eureka Springs could have is invest in our youth. That's the best return you're going to have on your money, and they're going to be the future leaders of our country. So I thank you for the opportunity to speak, and I hope you considered the proposal that's going to be presented to you, and just come out and support the boys and girls.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Paul Justice. Paul Justice. All right. All right. I heard the voice. There he is. There you go. How are
Good
you,
to
Paul?
see you, Mayor. And City Council. I'm speaking on the issue of cool roofs. And also, about a year ago or so, the mayor signed an agreement for a climate change policy that we would work towards that, and that enabled stimulus funds that would come to this city. But what I'd like to bring up is the possibility that we set up a mayor's task force or a study committee to investigate the issues surrounding that. There are several things that they could investigate, but also it's an opportunity. One is we encourage energy efficiency in our town that puts money in people's pocket, and so they go out and spend it, and that helps our community. A second point is that we get a lot of visitors coming to our community, and say if the bed and breakfasts and our hotels put on some energy efficiency technologies that are acceptable to our historic district and to just our aesthetic values of this unique town, they would be sort of an education program for those visitors, and they can take those ideas back with them and maybe adapt them so we become sort of an educational tool for climate change and efficiency. But thirdly, I believe there's a potential of a greater market for people that are concerned about the environment in many ways, and so we'd get more tourists coming that would want to see the things that we have. Even if they're not visible, they might be sort of subtle changes, but we could advertise with brochures and cards that we are a green community, and so we get more green visitors coming to our town. So I just think that if we had a task force that would look at those issues, and I'd like to point out that here's 6 or 7 pages